high atop his secret broadcasting Shangri-La, overlooking New York, Miami, Austin, Seattle, and all points in between. This is America's #1 life coach, Darryl Mobley.
Yeah!
Hello, friends. You are listening to the Darryl Mobley Show, your life coach on the radio. The Darryl Mobley Show is the drama-free, success-focused. Excuses, they are never welcome. Forget the whining. Make progress. No negativity allowed. Work your plan. And zero, zilch, nada psychobabble radio show. Here's why. So you can achieve your goals and live your best life. I'm Darryl Mobley, and I have been called son, brother, husband, dad, friend, Coach Mobley, and one of the best life coaches on the planet. Today, right here, right now, Coach Mobley is all yours. Let's get started. As you know, you can call me or reach out to me online about just about anything: relationships, parenting, time management, work-life balance, being happy, goal setting, getting unstuck, motivation, career success, divorce, and everything in between. If you want to reach out to me, you can call our show hotline at 833, or you can go online to CoachMobley.com, CoachMobley.com. And there's a form on that page. You can send me a message there, and they will get it to me even in the middle of my show. Now, today, I want to lead us in a direction because this has to do with husbands and wives or people and their significant other. You can form it under that as well. The core of it began as a husband and wife thing, right? Now, you longtime listeners and followers of my life coaching know of the open letter I wrote to my daughters. That letter, for those of you who don't know this or haven't had a chance to see the letter, and by the way, if you go to CoachMobley.com and somewhere on that page you can click on my popular articles, click that link. It'll take you to a page where you can read the letter that I wrote to my daughters. That letter and the article about that letter has become one of my most read, most commented on, and most used and referenced articles ever. And I've been writing for a good 20 years. So that's saying something. Anywho, I don't just write letters to my daughters, right? I have those boys and my wife, everything, right? This started a long time ago with me. And so anyway, I wrote a letter to my wife. Why did I do that? Well, because I know this. And again, the things I say today, you can apply if you're a woman or, if you're a wife, there's a husband, or if you're a significant other, or, that sort of thing out there. You can flip it on this, but I'm telling you about when I wrote it, the place I was coming from on it. So I wrote a letter to my wife because, quite frankly, the relationship with my wife is my most important relationship. There is no other relationship, not with my kids, not with, extended family. None of those relationships are more important or frankly match the importance of the relationship with my wife. So I wrote a letter to her because of that. So I'm minding my business and writing the letter. And of course, in an offhanded comment, a talk, I mentioned that I was writing a letter to my wife, another letter to my wife. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've also married, quote, that's in quotes, air quotes, and remarried, air quotes, my wife several times, okay? Several times. Some of you know that. You longtime listeners know that. So I believe in really making sure I stay in close contact, with my significant other, with my wife. So anyway, some of my friends found out, the people, when I spoke, heard that I was writing a letter to my wife, and they asked me for, the why I was doing it, but for tips on how to write it, right? And so I started, I like to be thoughtful about these things. I started giving information about it and just kind of talking about it. But but it wasn't a focused bit that I gave people. And I realized that when people ask me for questions, they're asking many times, not just for my, broad opinion, but for things they can chew on and use in their own lives. So for that reason, I outlined, looking at my letter, I outlined the steps that I took in writing my letter, to which became the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Let me say it again because I'm kind of proud of putting all that together in a sentence. The 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Said another way, the letter, as I texted to a friend of mine, this is the letter every husband should write to his wife. And again, wife to his husband and everything. I mean, we can flip this all around, but I'm just telling you the perspective it came from because of the people who were asking me questions. Now, some husbands told me, and not a few wives also told me that they really don't know if they need to write a letter to their significant other because she or he already knows how they feel. That was one reason that was given to me. Another reason was they're not so comfortable writing things, which is an interesting reply. And still there was that I've told her everything. This is actually a quote. I told her everything in the birthday card that I gave her. Right? So, those kind of reasons or excuses. Well, I'm very straightforward. Those were all bogus excuses. I love the word bogus. Those were all bogus excuses. In response to those bogus excuses, I said that we don't just take one shower and say that's it for life. We don't take one shower a year, a month. Well, some of you out there might do that. You know who you are. In addition, the longer there is, think about this for a second, between showers, the stinkier you get. Same thing with communication, straightforward communication with your significant other. Some of the good reasons why I wrote the letter to my daughters is because it gives you a chance to get your thoughts down fully when you write something out because you're thoughtful about it, right? You're not caught up in anything else. You can go away. You're not disturbed. You're writing notes and thoughts. And it gives you a chance to fully communicate, to share what you're thinking, what you're feeling, everything, to where there can be no, assuming you write it halfway decent, there can be no question what you mean. You got to be able to talk also, but writing is forever. You talk, and people, after you talk, they may interpret it differently. Maybe you thought you said this word, but they heard that word or whatever. But the beautiful thing about writing is that it is forever. It is clear. And it is something, quite frankly, that oftentimes we pass down from generation to generation. Your words have power. In today's show, I'm going to make a point of taking you through those 10 steps for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Okay? The 10 steps. I'm going to make sure you do that. And when we come back also, before you take up it, I want to make sure you hear this. Be sure and go to CoachMobley.com and get a free subscription to my newsletter. Great newsletter. People like it. Fantastic stuff. All that kind of good stuff. But I want you to make sure that you think about this and understand. When we come back, I'm going to lead you through each of the steps. And I'm actually going to tell you some of the questions that I received about it. All right? Some of the questions I received about it so that you can, use this template and really create more good stuff in your own life with your significant other. And this will also help you improve your relationship with your significant other as well. So you really can't beat that. All right? So we're going to take a little break here. Now we come back. We're going to jump all into it. Make sure you got your pen and paper, all that kind of good stuff, your recorders going. You are listening to the Darryl Mobley Show, your life coach on the radio. Stay tuned. When I come back,
get an expert guide by your side. Book a life coach at boomzip.com. Boomzip's life coaches are experts in dating, marriage, divorce, breakups, parenting, anxiety, weight loss, and professional advancement. Don't wait any longer. You get just one life. Start living your best life. Get your BoomZip app from Google Play or the App Store. Use code HAPPY and get up to 25% off your first service. That's code HAPPY. BoomZip.com.
They don't teach this stuff in school.
And who do you propose teach this class?
You're on the air with Darryl Mobley, your life coach on the radio.
Welcome back to the Darryl Mobley Show, your life coach on the radio. I'm life coach Darryl Mobley, and I want you to reach me now by calling 833-90-COACH. Go to CoachMobley.com. They got a bunch of forms there and things you can fill out. You click and send that, it comes right to me, and that'll be a good thing. Okay, but today, the topic I want to cover is the letter every husband should write to his wife. So all you husbands, maybe husbands, could be husbands, and by the way, all you wives, gonna be wives, might be wives, thinking about being wives, this is a letter for you to write. That's right. If you're a woman, you can write it to a guy, it doesn't matter, but I have named it because of the origin of it, which was from me, the letter every husband should write to his wife. And I want you to think about it. It's very straightforward, very simple. And today I'm going to give you those 10 steps in my 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Step 1 in your letter, the first step, you want to write and lay out why you're writing this letter. And you want to actually say, here's why I'm writing this letter. And tell her or him why you decided that now was the time to write this letter. What is it that moved in you that had you say, this is it? This is when I write this letter. This is why now is the perfect time to write this letter to you. It's always good to know the motivation a person has, right? You understand them better that way, right? When you understand what's motivating them, why did he do this, right? You know, sometimes when you give flowers to someone, they say it's a surprise. You know, what's the occasion? And sometimes the power of the flowers is not in the flowers, it's in the why you gave them. In fact, quite often that's really what it's all about. Why did you do it? So why are you writing? Think of this letter as flowers, right? A bouquet of flowers. Why are you writing this letter now? What's happening in you and how you see the world? You say, now's the time to write this letter. By doing that, you're setting the groundwork for your significant other to get on board with the journey you're going to take them on. All good shows, all good TV series, all good movies, all good letters of this type take the reader on a journey. It takes them from where they are to other places. And this is the important tip I would give for everyone who's interested in having a positive relationship. You've got to take your significant other on journeys, on trips, with your words, with your deeds. If happiness for you only occurs when you take a vacation together, you don't have much of a relationship. There it was. I said it. Okay? The truth is, every single day can be a fantastic journey, but you have to be the captain of that ship and steer it and get it off and into the ocean and take the person on a journey to a place where they're not. Step 2 in the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. You need to write and tell him how meeting you being him or her, changed my life. You see, if on a journey, if everything's the same and nothing's different, there's nothing new or fresh or wonderful or exciting, then that's not a good trip. Nobody wants to go on that trip. That's not a journey we want to go on. We want the new, exciting, the wondrous, the magnificent. So you would hope that your significant other changed your life. Of course she has, or of course he has changed your life. So let them know how meeting them changed your life. Tell them Very specific. See, this is something that's within you. It's in your heart. It's in you. No one can write the same things you wrote regarding this, because we're all affected in different ways by these events that happen, these major life events, like meeting the person that we go on to get and remain serious with. So you want to make sure you write that down and be as expressive as you can be. Say things that, quite frankly, he or she has never heard before, because that's what's going to come out of you if you really look inside yourself. It'll come out of you in new ways, in different ways, the same way with a different twist. Maybe you've said it before, but the same way with a different twist. And the truth is, if you write these letters regularly, then what you're writing about is the changes that occur between the writing of the letters and maybe overall as well. Really important. Step 3 of the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. You want to then write how you're important to me. How you're important to me. See, the truth is that you may think that people remember this forever, right? But they don't. We can get into a long discussion, another show on why they don't. The truth is they don't remember certain things. So you're going to refresh their memory, and you're going to let her or him know how you're important to me. And you're speaking from inside of you. So again, no one can replicate what you're going to write. No one has your whys, your reasons in the combination you have. So it's really important that you write that portion down. How you're important to me. They may be important to you. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to give you examples on that one, because I'm just going to if you're out there right now, I'm going to let you scratch down some notes on ways that person is important to you. That's what makes the journey special. I've always told my kids and my wife, I said, it doesn't really matter where we go as long as I'm with you all. Or when I'm with my wife, as long as I'm with you. Then everything becomes interesting. Everything becomes fresh and new and glorious, because it is about that person. It's not about the place. Like I can eat about anything, to just step to the side here for a second. I can go out to eat about anything, anywhere. I'm most interested in the company I'm with. The food has of little importance to me. What's most important is who I'm going to be with. That time spent is super important. Number 4 of the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Let them know, write down how you have made me, how he has made you a better person. How they've made you a better person. Because here's the deal. If they haven't made you a better person, then you're probably in a jacked up relationship. The truth is, right, that the person you're with, again, I don't want to give away, then we'll have every husband across the country writing the same thing down. What I'm saying to you is that the truth is that person needs to make you better. Or else, why are you doing it? What's it all about? See, I don't get into a relationship and didn't get into one to be unhappy. I didn't get into one for it to be the same as it ever was. Else, why do that? I got into one because I look forward to those changes that were going to happen, the ways I was going to improve, the things I was going to work on, the requirements that were going to be made of me, how those things have made me, you, a better person. And again, this is personal to you. You know the answer to the question. You know the answer to it. Do not be afraid to say what comes to your heart. How you've made me a better person. Let me just step back for a second. That was number 4, right? And we're going to go forward today. We're going to hear all 10. But let's just go just for a second here. I want to say something to you kind of on a different track. I want to challenge everyone listening to the show, everyone out there. I want to challenge you to be better as a spouse or significant other or girlfriend or whatever it is, boyfriend, whatever you are. And I want you to sit back and think about how you can be better. I want you to write down, how can I be better? What could I do differently? that would be better tomorrow than I was today? I want to challenge you to write that down. And then I want you to follow through on those things you uncover and do those things such that you make your relationship as sweet as heaven on earth. I'd also ask you, if you write some things down, you go to CoachMobley.com, and on the form that you see on that page where you can input comments in and stuff like that, I want you to send me some of the things that you wrote down, some of the ways you discovered, hey, I can do this better or that better with regards to my relationship. It's really important, okay? Super important. When we come back, we're going to continue with the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Keep your pencil and paper at the ready. This is Coach Mobley, your life coach on the radio. We'll be right back.
You can live like a VIP. Book beauty and wellness services at your home at affordable prices with the BoomZip.com app. Get mani-pedis, eyelash extensions, blowouts, updos, makeup, facials, dermaplaning, microneedling, yoga, men's haircuts and beard trims, a personal fitness trainer, nutrition counseling, and more. Get your BoomZip app from Google Play or the App Store. Use code HAPPY to get up to 25% off your first service. That's code HAPPY. BoomZip.com.
He's been called the best life coach on the planet.
He's the definition of a prodigy.
Darryl Mobley is all yours right now.
Welcome back to the Darryl Mobley Show, your life coach on the radio. If you have challenges you want help with, you can reach me now on the show hotline 833, or you can go online to CoachMobley.com, fill out the form there, click send. It comes right in, and they put it right in front of my nose. I can't avoid it. My crack staff here. Okay. All right. Before we get started and continue talking about the letter every husband should write to his wife, I want to make sure that I once again invite you to take advantage of a very special gift. I want you to join more than 400,000 others and get a free subscription to my Live Your Best Life newsletter. As I say, you're one of my listeners. That makes you like family. So all you've got to do to get the newsletter, the free subscription, is to tell me where to send it. Plus, if you sign up now, and you have a chance to win 1 month of free life coaching from me. And we have a bunch of other great bonuses we'll send you. So just go to CoachMobley.com, CoachMobley.com. There's a form there. It tells you all about it. Get the subscription, click send, and it comes right in and everybody's happy. Okay, welcome back to Real Time. So I have a question from a Patrick in Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is one of my favorite places. The message was this: Coach Mobley, I've had trouble writing all my life. I'm afraid that what I write to my wife won't strike the right tone. It won't sound right. Do you have any suggestions? All right, Patrick, great question. You're not alone in your concern. Here's what I find works. First of all, if you follow the template, as I've said, you will be putting down the areas that are most important for communicating this information to your significant other, in just your case, to your wife. Number two, if you, at this point, however long you've been married, I don't know, Patrick, but at this point, she probably knows how you write. She knows, the words you use. She knows that, right? So you're not going to be letting someone down or anything else with what you write, because it's coming from you. It's who you are. And you've been who you are for a long time, and it's probably no surprise to anybody, right? Especially to your significant other. So as long as you write, and again, each of the 10 steps, just do your best writing that, each of the 10 steps, what you're going to find is that what you write is as close to a work of art as your spouse could ever hope for coming from you when it comes to writing, right? Trust me, follow the plan. I like to believe that the person with the best executed plan wins. So just execute the plan. Follow the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. Patrick, I know you can do it, and everybody else out there, I know you can do it as well. All right. Step 5 of the 10-step template for for writing the perfect letter to your significant other is this. Let her know or him know the challenges that you face together, that both of you have faced, the challenges you faced together. You know, in any and every relationship, as you go along, you have to confront certain things that are external to the couple, to your relationship. And there are things that are internal. For example, things that are external could be, you know, what the economy may have done, or maybe the business you worked at, they went out of business, or maybe, someone close to you all in the family became ill. Those are external things. You should share those things, those challenges that you face. There are also internal challenges that we face. Sometimes that's an illness. Sometimes it's, emotional distress about something that has occurred and happened. Sometimes there's a personal failure that has occurred, a weakness, an issue. It could be drinking. It could be some other habit you have, right? There are a lot of things out there that are challenges that you face together when you're in a committed relationship. Share those things. Again, we assume that all those things are, of course, remembered. No need to go through them again. No, we can do that. I don't want to bring it up. Listen, there are challenges you face. And most of them, by the way, should be fun things that happen. That's what I call it. Whenever I want to chat with my wife about challenges we face, I talk about the time we got separated in Paris with the kids, separated. And this was at a time when having a phone, you don't anticipate everything, but having a phone, everybody having a phone this was before then. So I had the phone, but my wife had the money. Think about that for a second. I had the phone. If you go on these trips, you pack everything in a link, put it around your waist or around your chest, and you keep it on. Right, one person. Okay, so she had all the identification stuff, but I had the phone. Didn't do any good because she didn't have a phone, and we were in Paris. Where was I going to call? Right? Nowhere. So, but that was one of the challenges we faced. Or when the kids got ill, something happened, got ill, and we had to make some things happen. Those are challenges that you face, right? When my father became ill, that was a challenge, an external challenge, but had tremendous impact on me and on us, right? So there are all types of challenges you face. Share those challenges that you faced together. It is through your challenges that you build stronger relationships. You face them. You get stronger each time. That's number 5. Number 6 on the 10-step template is what we've built or created together. An easy what we've built or created together, of course, are kids, if you have kids, right? But there are a lot of things you can build. Sometimes you get a home. Sometimes for some people it can be, maybe it's just your garden. Maybe you have a flower, a little in the back, and you have flowers growing and you nurture. It could be any one of a zillion things. It could be the dogs that you have, right? What we've built and created together. Again, these are the things. This is the journey you want to take yourself and the reader, your significant other, on. Here's what we built together. Because sometimes when people forget these things, that's when the relationship starts to pull apart. You forget these things that bind you, these things that you actually did, these things you overcame, these things that you faced together. Because in every great relationship, you faced most of the challenges together. I know when I have an issue or some question about something important, the first person I turn to is my wife. And I'm sure it's the same for most of you, many of you. So that's just the way it is. You face these things, you build and you create it together. And any of you out there, I mentioned kids earlier, any of you out there who are raising kids, you know for a fact that, I'll tell you something, all the stuff you have to build and create around those knucklehead kids will drive you crazy. But you did it together and you built something. You took nothing. There was no life. Suddenly there's life. And you took that child and now he, she, they are moving on in their lives. They're growing, getting better, learning more. Maybe they're learning the alphabet. Maybe they're very young. Maybe they're getting a first job. Maybe they're in college. Maybe they got a job. Whatever it is, you're part of that story. Number 7, let her know what I'll do better, the changes I will make, what I'll do better, and the changes I'll make looking forward. Commit to things. This is a commitment, by the way. See, this is the thing. Once you say that, here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to get better. Here are the changes I'm going to make. For some people, they're the obvious things. Okay, I'll eat a little less of this or a little more of that. Maybe if you're smoking, or maybe you don't drink enough water, or maybe you don't exercise, or maybe you do exercise, or maybe you don't, whatever it is. Maybe it's managing your time so you have more time for the family. What areas, where are you going to get better because you're going to do better? What specific changes will you make? Let her know that. Number 8, the goals you have for your future together. What goals do you have for your future together? You know, I believe in a relationship agenda, but I want you to share the goals that you have for your future with this person. Extremely, extremely important that you understand those things and articulate those things. And it's easy to do. Just follow my 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. When we come back, we're going to close out the final segment, the 9th and 10th steps. You don't want to miss those steps. Frankly, it's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it, okay? So, but when we come back, we're going to do that. I'm also going to address one question I received, which almost stumped me. This is Darryl Mobley, your life coach on the radio. I'll be right back.
Get an expert guide by your side. Book a life coach at boomzip.com. Boomzip's life coaches are experts in dating, marriage, divorce, breakups, parenting, anxiety, weight loss, and professional advancement. Don't wait any longer. You get just one life. Start living your best life. Get your BoomZip app from Google Play or the App Store. Use code HAPPY and get up to 25% off your first service. That's code HAPPY. Boomzip.com.
Often blunt.
Go on.
Sometimes scary.
Go on.
And always on your side.
I'm a pretty good guy, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how much fun we can have together.
Darryl Mobley is your life coach on the radio.
Welcome back to the Darryl Mobley Show. I'm your life coach on the radio. Today's topic, the letter every husband should write to his wife. Now, for those of you who are getting your back up, you know who you are out there. Yeah, you people who want to be offended. Yes, if you're a woman, you can write it to a man, and you can write it to your dog for all I care. I don't care. What I'm saying to you is I'm giving you where this letter originally came from, which is me. And then I was being asked questions by some guys that I knew. So I just gave it a heading, the letter every husband should write to his wife. But everyone can write this to everyone. It's a really good thing. No problem. So today we are covering the 10-step template. I'm sharing my 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. We've gone through steps 1 through 8. We'll revisit them in a second. Let me take you through step 9 right now. Step 9 is what we will do. That's you and your significant other. We will do going forward. Now, I don't know what that's going to be for you all. I don't know for each of you, obviously. Everybody's on their own journey, right? You and your significant other, your spouse, you're on your own journey together. But you should step back and be thoughtful about it. What we're going to do going forward. People make lists for where they're going to shop when they go to the supermarket. They make Christmas lists. Well, I'm telling you, it's time to make a list of the things that you're going to do with your significant other as you both move forward. Isn't it the great thing about vacations? It's what you're going to do. It's where you're going to go and then what you're going to do, right? Where you're going to go and what you're going to do. Well, you get a chance here now to talk about those things, what we're going to do going forward. And that's what's exciting, right? When you think about, let's talk about vacation. If you're going to go vacation and you're going to go to say, somewhere, let's say you're going to go to Hawaii. And for my listeners in Hawaii out there, let's say you're going to go to St. Petersburg, Florida, flipping beaches and area, right? Anyway, if you always want to know, well, what are we going to do? Oh, we'll be on the beach and we'll boogie board and we'll take a hot air balloon and we'll climb into the volcano, and then we'll ride on the sailboat. And you see them say all those things are like the spice of life. And what you're trying to do here, what you're trying to create for all the days you have on this planet, memories, great things you're going to do. And then write those things down. What are you going to do? That's what makes it exciting. How many of us have raised kids and, you can't tell them when they're young, you can't tell them about something great too soon because they just get so excited and they'll just be excited every day. How many of you have been in a car with them and, you're going on a trip to visit grandmother or something where you're going and they ask you, you've been in the car 5 minutes. Are we there yet? Or they say, I'm bored, right? Because they're so enthused about what you're going to do when you get there. Well, you want to share that with your significant other. Don't think that he know it all. They might know it all, but don't think they focus on it. You're going to have them focus on it. See, this is going to be a great letter because this is the perfect letter. What you're going to do going forward. Let's now talk about the 10th step of the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. It is the step beyond which nothing else need be said or done until the next letter. Before I tell you that 10th step, I'm going to share with you the question I got that almost stumped me. I think a lot of you people do that now. You're trying to stump me. Here's what happened. Allie from South Bend, Indiana. She asked the question, said, Coach Mobley, when should I write the letter? I'm not married yet. We're not even talking about getting married yet, but I like him a lot. So when should I write the letter? Now, see, right there, since the letter began as the letter every husband should write to his wife, you might be thinking that's why she almost stumped me. Nope. It wasn't because of that. I'm very flexible, my friends. I can deal with that. That's not the issue. The issue was really straightforward in her question. If you're not in a committed relationship yet, see, I did the double committed. That's like really committed, right? So you're committed, but you both are committed and you're committed. If you're not in a relationship, when do you write the letter? Well, the truth is that you should write one at the point in which you have been dating, like you've been seriously dating each other, like, kind of one-to-one dating for at least 2 or 3 months. Not you went out on a date, you met her last week, forget all that. That's not what this is about. But let's say you've been dating regularly and this is kind of your go-to, this is your go-to person. If you're going out, you're going out with her or him. If you're going to go to the movies, you call her, you know what I'm saying? She or he, their first string. They're first string in your life, okay? They're the first people you call into the game. They're it. Well, that means they're making a difference in your life. And Allie, if you're at that point, it sounds like you probably are at that point, then it's appropriate to write a letter. Now, the letter won't carry the weight of the letter between two married people, because that's, hey, you're all in then. You're committed and tied together and forever. That's, if whatever happens, you'll either be an ex. I mean, it's like real, right? I mean, that's it. So there's some things that you wouldn't cover with the depth of emotion that you might in the letter that I'm talking now. But you can still answer the question of why you're writing the letter. What is, you've met each other, how you're important to me. You want to probably tread a little lightly on that one because, again, you're not at the point yet where you're ready to carry all that weight in the relationship. And when you're at that point, then you probably should go ahead and get engaged and get this thing moving. How you made me a better person, you may flip that one to, how I've enjoyed my time, with you. Challenges we face, well, I mean, if you face a lot of challenges, you haven't been dating that long, then you probably should get out of a relationship because that means it's jacked up. What we built and created together, not much. So, for that, you just, again, you can write about the things you've done together. What you'll do better, the changes you'll make. Well, again, if that is a real part of the conversation, then maybe we need to step back a bit and take a deep breath, right? Goals you have for the future, again, tread lightly there. It may not be ready for goals for the future. Just keep having fun and keep enjoying yourself. But you can write a letter. Leave out the parts that don't make sense for that time period. Allie, the one advice I give you is what I just said. Have fun in a relationship. Don't put too much weight on the back of the relationship too soon. All right. So number 10, the 10th step in the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. I want you to write to her the things you love about her or him. So you might say, I love these things about you. And then write those things down. What are the things you love about him or her? Really important. What are those things you love about him or her? If you do those 10 steps, why you're writing this letter, how meeting you changed my life, how you're important to me, how you've made me a better person, challenges we've faced, what we've built and created together, what I'll do better, the changes I'll make, the goals I have for our future, what we'll do going forward, and you let her or him know that here are the things I love about you. My friends, you've made your relationship better. That's a trip we all should want to go on. Today we covered a lot of things. Most importantly, and just to sum it all up, we covered the 10-step template for writing the perfect letter to your significant other. I hope it's been enjoyable for you, and I hope you don't just sit on it. Do it. Write it now. Don't think about it. Don't give yourself weeks to do it. Pencil and paper, it's in you. Go ahead and write that thing now. So important. If you do that, great things will happen for you. I promise you. So important. Your relationships, the personal part is important. Make sure that you're on this thing right now. Don't procrastinate. Let's do it again, my friends. Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember this, my friends. In life, you don't get what's fair. You don't get what's good. You don't get what's nice. You don't get what you deserve. You don't get what you wish for, and you do not get what you need. In life, my friends, you get what you do, period. Make the person in the mirror do the right things, and you will win at the game of life. I promise you. Believe, think, act, win, and say it with me. Enjoy life. By the way, go to CoachMobley.com and subscribe. Hey, wife! I love you and the kids. See you soon. Bye-bye now.
He's the bulldog of work-life balance, and he's all yours.
You can live like a VIP. Book beauty and wellness services at your home at affordable prices with the BoomZip.com app. Get mani-pedis, eyelash extensions, blowouts, updos, makeup, facials, dermaplaning, microneedling, yoga, men's haircuts and beard trims, a personal fitness trainer, nutrition counseling, and more. Get your BoomZip app from Google Play or the App Store. Use code HAPPY to get up to 25% off your first service. That's code HAPPY. BoomZip.com.